Hi everyone, and we are back for another video. I'm really not sure how it is September pretty much already, but there we go, it is. So, new setup, more watercolors, sorry. I just, more time to myself in August so we can go with the fancier setups. So we've brought out the fancy waterproof pens again, of course, because I quite enjoy being able to draw first, and the watercolours. I keep saying, and I did it last time, I was like, yeah, I need to try these waterproof colours on like actual watercolour paper, because I haven't painted with watercolours on actual watercolour paper in a while. Because although I kind of make it work, these journals really aren't made for watercolour. And I just think I could probably do so much more with them if I were to use them how they're probably actually meant to be used, with watercolours on watercolour paper, where I could do fancier stuff, because obviously with journals can't really saturate the paper with water to get the kind of same blending effect that I would do if I had the proper paper, because I don't want to, even with what I do in here, and I'm pretty careful, the paper does kind of crinkle up a little bit because it's got too much moisture on it. But, that is the price we pay for playing with watercolours in a book that isn't designed for watercolours. Hopefully soon I'll have time to play with watercolours on watercolour paper. And then, some of these would be really fun to do when you can actually blend colours properly, because even though I'm using the same colour, you can see on this that it's not a flat colour, because trying to keep the water level consistent with like not having too much water is tricky. I would solve this on watercolour paper sometimes by adding more water to blend out the colours, but that won't work here. But anyway, I went with, monstera leaves, I hope I'm saying that right, cheese plant for the setup, because I really don't know why. There is no why, just because I decided I wanted to draw foliage this month. It has no meaning for September, I don't think. It has no meaning. I don't know. I just felt like these were fun, a little bit less stereotypical. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the logic was. I was just, let's do something fun with the watercolors, but it's not so complicated I'll be here all day, because every time, obviously, when I do these watercolor spreads, I do have to have breaks in the filming and doing of them to let the paper dry, which is really frustrating, because sometimes you want to just get it done, but because obviously bits of the page are wet, I have to come back, and you will see sometimes the camera jumps slightly because it's moved slightly. I've repositioned it, whatever, knocked it. I have moved the camera tripod though this month. It is no longer mounted to the desk, so at least it no longer shakes and moves when if I rub things out or knock the desk, which is great. But like now, like doing this, there's no movement anymore. Fabulous. But I've completely lost whatever my train of thought I was going there was. Completely. I haven't actually changed the setup though. I still don't know what that train of thought was. My actual layouts themselves, I haven't changed them this month. Again, this seems to be working. I think it's working anyway. I'm glad I've got the notes and task bit back in. Definitely works like that. You can see me getting the wrong colour there. And then another break. Yeah, so you can even see when I've changed camera angles there, like change footage, because you see the lighting change. This is the problem when you're trying to film across a day, the lighting changes, so the video changes. And this is even with using additional lighting to kind of try and help keep it the same. It's just my drawing room, it's not a drawing room, the room where I do all this kind of my creative stuff is south facing. So depending on the time of day, I can't actually film half of the day in here, because the light that comes through the window is so bright. There's so much glare off of the paper for the camera, and you just get all the shadows from the windows, and my camera tripod and stuff, so, and I can't actually get rid of them, so I have to wait until the afternoon comes so the lighting isn't as harsh through the window, and then it works. It works. There's nowhere else to do it. So, and you can see me here, I forgot which colour I was using, so I painted those leaves a different colour from the last one, because, you know, I have to take breaks to film things, so I forget. But it's all good. I ended up, because I got it wrong on this one, I ended up just alternating. So the next one was the original colour, and then the last one is this colour again, because I was like, you know what, let's make a thing out of it. If I'm going to do it wrong, let's do them all wrong, and then it doesn't look wrong, if that makes sense. If anybody's still following me, because I'm not sure I'm following me. We go with it. But I mean, I don't know. I don't massively use things like trackers anymore, because I discovered, I used to do them when I first started doing this. I had like habit trackers, but I discovered I didn't actually use them because they weren't right in front of me. So I often actually have now kind of more habit trackers in the places where I do things to track the habit, because if it's in front of me, I then, you know, I can see it, so I'm more likely to use it. But I have been thinking, would anybody be interested in maybe some digital ones? I haven't decided whether I'm going to do like habit trackers or whether I'll do like actual spreads layouts, but downloadable things. And there you can see that I'm still not used to this split Saturday Sunday, and I do it twice. Even being so careful, I draw lines in the wrong place because I'm so used to them all being one box. Anyway, but yeah, if anybody has any ideas, anything that they'd like to see, would want to download, I'm planning on eventually doing some, adding them to Etsy. Either you like some PDF, probably do them as PDFs, I don't know, I'll look into it. So you can either print them off or use them on like a tablet, iPad, whatever, as a digital thing. I'm going to try and make them sort of, I'll say generic, but like trackers can be generic, like if you're colouring things in, like if I'm drawing, like, you know, if it's colouring things and depending on mood or, you know, how many steps you've done or whatever, those I can make kind of generic. I don't know. If anybody has any thoughts, if anybody's watched this far, let me know. You can see I've gone back to that other colour that I wasn't meant to do the first time. Let's make it a theme. Let's make it a theme. I can't draw this Saturday Sunday box in this one either. I did it right the first time on the first side, and the second side I just drew straight down. Because, you know, I was trying so hard. I was so focused on the first side because that's the one I got wrong on the page before, and then I got it wrong on the second side. Never mind. Anyway, final flick through. Enjoy!